morning. It's the Bumper Breakfast. Just for you not to be mistaken, this is MITV. It's a Bumper Breakfast show. Welcome to the Tuesday edition. My name is Tom Aderele. Like I always say, it is a delight to be here on the Bumper Breakfast table this morning. And I have with me Stanley. Everybody knows by now that Stanley is versatile. So, Stanley, it's good to be with you on the table this morning again.
Yeah, Tom, good morning. And feels good to be back. Nice sharing the studio and the sets with you. It is what it is, and it's quite fortunate that we have been rigged and expecting a different result. And like I've always said, reality is beginning to stare us in the eyes, and maybe the strategy is not in the other way around. Now in this context where you need to be strategic, some persons have lost that touch of strategy. But hey, hopefully God has always smiled on us. I don't just know how to describe Nigeria's case. I was listening to a friend this morning, a close friend of mine, presenting this program, and I'm like, guy, you are lamenting too much.
But let's see how we can do damage control.
Maybe.
I mean, well, with the reality staring us in the face, we need to act very fast.
I think that's
the same message, that Pastor Adeboye is passing to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Adeboye urges Tinubu to delay Trump for 100 days.
Yeah.
And the story that states President Donald Trump to delay any action against Nigeria for at least 100 days amid rising tension over the alleged persecution of Christians. Speaking at the November Holy Ghost service at the Redeemed Christian Church of God in Ogun State on Friday, Adeboye warned that the situation required wisdom and speed rather than confrontation. If I were asked to make suggestions, I would say to our government, move fast, move diplomatically, move wisely, he said. Find a way to convince the President of America to delay his action for about 100 days, then come home and tell our security chiefs to get rid of these terrorists within 90 days or resign. Trump had on October 31st ordered the Pentagon to prepare possible action in Nigeria, accusing the government of failing to stop the killing of Christians and calling it a disgraced country. Well, that's the meat of the story. We already know what has been happening. It's been on social media, it's been everywhere, it's been on the lips of people within the country and in diaspora. It's funny enough because I know that I still discussed this a couple of days ago, and I'm like, even people in diaspora are, what's going to happen to Nigeria? Is Trump going to make a move? Is he not going to make a move? What move is President Bola Ahmed Tinubu making? What are the strategies that have been planned, to avoid this action by the United States of America? Well, it's not rocket science. People who are thinking, in the right direction would give the same advice that Pastor Adeboye has given. But the question I ask myself is our president not in the know of what step to take next? It seems quite funny. Stanley said those who understand strategy are failing, to execute strategy. Well, I don't know what he means by that. Stanley, the ball is in your court. What's your take on this?
Tom, you see, we are a country that of religion. Christians, Muslim, different faiths. And it's not new with religious crisis in this country. But then it has not gotten to, it's a new dawn. New dawn in the sense that this genocidal issue didn't start today. Now, I, Stanley Polikau, I am not of the opinion that it's the Christians that are being killed or the Muslims that are being killed. Nigerians
are being killed
their lives on a daily basis. That's the underlining.
That's it. Nigerians are being.
Now, let's even ask ourselves. This morning when I woke, the first thing that ran through my head was, let's even look at the two holy books. Where in the two holy books is it written that you must take someone's life for you to be the closest man to God? How we perceive, how we practice, how we embrace our religion, Christian, the two holy book, the Quran and the Bible preaches. Now, like they say, if it's in you to be wicked, it's in you to be wicked.
True. True.
Now, if some persons feel that Nigeria belongs to one religion, which over time, nobody, and I repeat, nobody has ever said Nigeria belongs to one religion. You have every right to practice your religion, whatever religion you want to practice. You can decide to be a Muslim today and cross over to become a Christian tomorrow. It's your choice, it's your decision. As long as you are doing everything in line with what the two holy books or the whatever holy book you're practicing says, fine and good. But then the moment you take it to the extreme, and I repeat, what is it? Yeah, that's the best word. So, like I said, some persons have been fingered to be the major funders of this unrest that is bedeviling the country. It was a movement. The same man, someone I respect so much, joined this same movement. How do we stop Boko Haram?
In the board.
Now, we kept on managing, and we have Yorubas who are Muslim, who practice Islam. We have some Igbos, yes, some Igbos, they may not be much. We have some Igbos who also practice Islam. We have Hausas who are Christians. We have Yorubas who are Christians. We have Yorubas who are Christians. Now, the Khan and whatever, I think at this point in time, we all must unite to fight just one common goal. Becoming an extremist when it comes to religion. And that has been a major divide in this country. Now, when the movements, the agitation of kidnapping, killings started, the movement to, what's his name now? Tunde Bakari, top men, top respected people in this country, they charged the movement. Little did we know that some persons wrote to the United States of America back then to come help save Nigeria. Sanusi Lamido said something, that fuel subsidy would have long been gone if not for the fear Jonathan had.
Who judge you?
Now, we're celebrating Jonathan not because he was the best president, no. But there was a statement he made that no Nigerian life is worth losing. That statement alone has doused every apprehension. First things first, Mr. Strategist, Mr. President, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I don't know if those you're surrounded, but if they don't, I think it's at this point you need to change all of them. Now, Pastor Adeboye has given that because Mr. President would not want to offend some people, he is handicapped. And I repeat, Mr. President is handicapped. So this cannot happen during the military regime. Just one order now, just one order. They will clear everywhere. They will make Sambisa Forest like a ranch. They will turn Sambisa Forest to a tourist attraction. They will turn that place to a tourist center. How come is it that we are not practicing democracy in the true nature of what it should be? Ugly incidents like this begins to raise Islamic extremism in this country. Jonathan during his era, second time also there were issues. So how come it's always, and now I ask myself, how then do we put all our hands together to grow this country economy? Atiku is a beneficiary of this country's economy. Peter Obi has also just defected from Zamfara, a billionaire with bandits. He has not done anything. Now we are moving from point A to point B without any meaningful impact. Mr. President, whether you are master strategists at whatever economic strategies, at this point in time, you need to strategize. He has advised you. I'm sure we need to also remind some of these people that they agitated against Jonathan removing fuel subsidy. When Jonathan told us that he needed to remove fuel subsidy, they said no, this and that. Today, the same fuel subsidy has been removed, right? Now, how much?
And heavens didn't fall. Yes, there was a lot of noise. The
president did that I applaud. Now, you see this strategic way of moving to different regions. Okay, let every region control their region. It's a smart move, but these guys seem to be smarter than Mr. President. Okay, this northern region, the southern region, whatever region, Niger Delta region, you just control your region. You know these guys. Someone said, "Shebi that they kill themselves for not." Oh, because it never happened to you or someone close to you means it will not happen to you. No, take it or leave it. If it's happening to you indirectly because you buy some of your consumables from these states that have been ravaged with killings. Now, how do we clear all of these things? How do we return to a Nigeria that you would sleep in your house somewhere in your house and you will sleep with your two eyes closed? Don't take it or leave it. You don't sleep with your two eyes. Affected by either armed robbery or anything. Affected by, I can go outside that Mitv premises, sleep there till the dawn of the day. Nothing will happen. But you never try it this time around. That's because everywhere is insecure. That security, insecure. That security, that is BW Lagos State. Oh, you think Lagos State is free? That is BW Lagos State. Oh, you think Lagos State is free? Or you think Southwest is free? Ondo has been affected. Advised Mr. At this point, I think Mr. President needs to look at some of these people in the eyes and say, yes, I am the president. Whatever it takes, even if he's not going to end his tenure as the president, do this and let everybody say that, yes, Mr. President, you have been advised. I hope you take to it.
Well, I've never seen you speak with so much passion. It's a mixture of passion. It's a mixture of passion, pain, anger, deep betrayal, and I just saw a different Stanley.
I was supposed to travel. I couldn't go. So these are places that ordinarily you go, whether you go by road or you go by air, you go to anywhere in the north and you feel safe and okay. But you can't anymore. You can't even do business with people that are there because you are not even sure if your goods will land here safely.
I feel you took an oath to lead us properly. You took an oath to make life better for Nigerians, but you got there. I mean, you fought okay, yeah, and because you could have said Emilio Con all you want. If God did not have a hand in it,
sure,
you wouldn't be there
at all.
So God allowed this to happen, giving you the opportunity to prove yourself. And I understand that the problems of Nigeria are so vast. It's a lot. It's a huge lot. But you see, even if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things that you do and you leave your footprints in the sand of time, that's okay. One thing we can talk about is that the exchange rate, picked up for speak about. How does it translate to the food and everything, the things we need on a daily basis? We don't see any change. So you want to ask yourself, I mean, how does that affect me? I mean, how does that affect me really?
So I've always said that Mr. President is not running his administration for the elite alone. He's not running the affairs of this country for the likes of Dangote, Bua, and the billionaires and trillionaires of this country. No.
He needs to look at the grassroots.
That's the thing.
But you see, the thing is that he's a grassroots man himself.
Now, because he's a grassroots man, he was a grassroots man. He is a grassroots man. Now, he was a grassroots man before he became a president. Now, he has people that ordinarily should continue from where Mr. President cannot come to Ikorodu and campaign now.
Yeah, but I understand.
When I mean campaign, I'm not saying he cannot come.
I understand that.
But there are people now. You see what when they talk about house to house campaign, door to door campaign. Take pepper and meat at my hotel at different markets as an example. If they don't go to the market to sell, they won't make ends meet. To let's face reality. If Dangote decides that he wants to sleep today, there are people that are
grassroots man. He understands the workings at the grassroots and how it rises.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So one would have expected that if that would be his priority, because you see, the minute the people at the grassroots are satisfied, then your administration will just run smoothly.
And now
but you're not even looking their way. In our opinion, you're not looking the way of the man at the grassroots.
And too much, the cat out of the bag.
Too much is happening. A lot of people can't afford to eat. So we've said this time and time again. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but you see, everything is not right. We can't say it is going to do anything since it is well.
See,
we need to make it well. We need to make it work.
So, our chairman calls Abiola Ismail and says, Abiola, do this because I cannot get to everybody. Now, the normal Nigerian man's mentality and character, okay, you have been given the mandate to do this, do that. Like you about to say, what it means is, if they ask you to build bridges, you first build the one for yourself. You first build for yourself before you start building for others. You have been given an order, right? Do door-to-door campaign. First things first, the grid is own self. Family. This takes me back to 2023. I had a friend who campaigned for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That was because he was tongue-lashed, he was insulted on social media for supporting Asiwaju, and he said, I have every right to support whoever candidate that I feel would do or run the affairs of this country well. And the obedient movement said this is based in the US, Atlanta. Texas, I beg your pardon. Now, what I'm driving at is this. During campaigns, I didn't call this. I actually helped him do one or two things. I called one of the coordinator of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's campaign team. I called and called. I sent him several messages that these are the things I feel we need to put together. The man controls Southwest though. Sir, these are the things we need to put. Tomisi knows this story because Tomisi had to travel from Lagos to Abuja. This is a true life story. Now, let's do this. At the end of the day, Tinubu realized that this man was working for his own personal gain. Today, this man is not even close to anywhere within the corridor of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration. He's not even close to anywhere to President. Now, what I'm saying in essence is this. You've been told to get to the people at the grassroots. Make them understand that we've not forgotten them. We still hold them dear to our hearts. We value them. Let them have. That's all they need. That's all. Yes, you give them 5,000 naira. I pity all of them. When I see they collect 5,000, you are selling your future. Now you give them peanuts. That's because they are so impoverished, the average Nigerian, that every penny looks like $1 billion to them. Every penny they see, and that's because they know that they cannot guarantee when the next square meal will come. So they would rather settle for what they have right now, so they can at least save their family. Now,
I kind of disagree with you on that, Stanley.
You have every right.
You know why?
Yeah.
Listen, the truth is that if you take the money and you feed yourself because you are so poor, you feed yourself for a limited time, okay? And say, I won't take this money. If death is going to come, let death come. If you are not going to feed me, fine. If I'm not going to be able to find money, fine.
How many Nigerians can do what you just said, Tom?
No, I'm saying that we need to get to that point. Listen, countries that got to that point, right? Points.
See, Tom, there are different areas you will look at this from. See, I agree with you, but what I'm saying in essence is this. Are the people ready?
They're not ready.
No, they are not ready because, see, though,
it's not because of the poverty level, it's because of
greed.
It's because of greed.
No, it is. Now, I'll give you an instance.
They're just greedy.
Hold on, Tom. Thank God you have visited the United States and you know how it works. You know, as much as some or most of their citizens don't work, foreigners do majority of the jobs, right? But it still doesn't take the fact that an average American feels comfortable in the country.
True. There's poverty everywhere.
Let's even take America as an example. The Americans that are saying they want to come and fight Nigeria, our war for us. See.
In fact, we should even go back to that. That's the crux of the matter.
That's what I'm saying.
The crux of the matter is the Americans. It's not as if the Americans love Nigerians.
No, so if not that one, if not that one, they have an interest.
Stanley, they have an interest.
They have an interest.
And so they shouldn't come and start posing like they are coming to protect Nigeria.
No, see,
or Nigerians or
that's
Christians.
exactly what Pastor Jodo is saying.
This crisis transcends. It's not just religious; it's ethnic as well.
Sure.
And it is Islam will tell you that they send them. They are not
sure.
As far as they're concerned.
And that's why I use the two holy books to compare.
They are not people.
Is there anywhere it is written in the two holy books
of Islam? They are not people who respect the laws of Islam. All that they are doing is is what they want to do. Like you started, you said, if you have wickedness in you, these are people who have wickedness in them. They have greed, so they can go ahead and do what they want to do. It's not so they shouldn't come under that. They shouldn't hide under that excuse to say that they're coming to fight for the Christians. I don't know the Christian that wrote letters to them. I don't want to know the Christians that wrote letters to invite them to come. But listen, the eyes are on the oil. That's it.
Well, we signed it.
Not just oil.
Whatever.
All the mineral resources that Nigeria is rich in. That's why your eyes are.
America don't have.
They don't love us so much.
If
they loved us so much.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be treating Nigerians the way they're treating Nigerians. You ask us to get 3 months visa. We spend so much to get 3 months visa to come to America. Nigerians in America are being treated in a very, very unwholesome manner. And you love Nigeria so much, you want to move into Nigeria to fight for Christians. Excuse me.
Our leaders pushed us to that point.
I do agree.
All the time.
I do.
Our leaders pushed us to that point. And now that's why each time I watch this interview from Olukoyede saying politicians and internet fraudsters are the ones that have pushed Nigeria backward, I ask myself, okay, let's start from the top. Let's even start from the top. Let me borrow Rio's word. To serve is to die. That's just it. But in Nigeria,
but he said politicians. But the top, who is there at the top?
From the presidency.
Who is at the top? Is he not a politician?
See. From the
president is a politician. Yeah, I mean, what he did was he summarized it. It's true.
Now, what I'm saying is this: it's in this country that Yaya Bello has not been. We need to put all of these things together.
If you go there, you actually get me.
That's where the bad image. See, that's where the bad image comes from. All this bad image.
If you
start from there.
Do you know you are even starting from the
There is Abba Kyari that is still somewhere in the Kuje prison. A whole intelligence response team commander, leader.
May Nigeria not happen to you?
The wealth this man has acquired is even more than put all the IGs together. Put all the IGs together.
He's not in, for an easy ride. You have to do what you need to do. You just must do what you need to do. Nigerians are suffering. Nigerians are clamoring for the real comeback and know that that we have worked for a living. Well, we can put food on our table, not go out and work and just keep working. And some people are getting all the money while other people are not. I don't understand how certain people feel comfortable.
Can I ask you?
And it's not about the people who are around him, honestly, because it's about him himself. You should be able to decipher who are the sycophants, who are not advising you right. You should be able for people to tell you what exactly it is. He comes to Lagos, doesn't he? Doesn't he see the traffic? He comes to Lagos, sees the bad roads, doesn't he?
There's so much rot in the country.
What are you talking about?
I will just ask this question and maybe perhaps I'll leave it there. Tell me if you know how many Nigerians close to you that have become somebody without knowing anybody in this country.
It's very rare, but you see, the God factor can never be taken out of it. You don't take the God factor. Because let's take what's her name? Bosse. Is her name Bosse? The bread seller. Jumoke. The God factor just it pushed everything aside and it shone.
And that's where they say miracle happens. Yes. But you see, it's been destined by God.
Yes.
That
God.
Jumoke would rise through that path, right? But what I'm saying is this: she didn't go to meet this person. So ordinarily, what you know you can do
Let
as
me
a
tell you
person.
what Jumoke may have gone through. I mean, I just want to play the devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Jumoke may have aspired for so long to move to the next level. Somebody, somebody of relevance, in future, and she may have gone to some person, perhaps let me just say a local government chairman. I'm just using that name. A local government chairman to say, oh, that I think can I supply bread to the local government, or just have a little shed here where I can supply bread. And the next thing is, why not? You can. If I sleep, you understand. When things like this happen, it demoralizes human beings who are decent.
Sure.
And so all that will do is just make her recoil and go back into her shell and continue to sell the bread. Perhaps God had been watching her and said, you know what, now I'm going to take you beyond all these people that you've gone to meet, and I'm going to make you a star. Women go through a lot of hardship in this country to be able to become successful.
Sure.
It's unfortunate that stories, then they start to be intimidated because they are telling their stories. But truth is, women go through this on a daily basis. Do you understand what I want to do? Because at the end of the day, even when you try to be decent, it may not be appreciated. Do you understand what I'm saying? So females in this country, everyone in the country, everyone, and when you have a Ministry for Women Affairs and so on and so forth, you want to ask what these people are doing. How are they representing the president? The president cannot do everything, we know, but he can demand for reports. You understand? Let's see what you guys are doing. I'm not seeing it. I'm not feeling it. You understand? He can question, he can query, so that, that way everyone is on their toes. But if he's so lackadaisical about what's going on there and are getting paid on a monthly basis, whose money are they being paid?
Taxpayers' money.
Of course, it's our money that they're being paid, and nobody's saying anything about it. And there's so many agencies like that, there's so many organizations like that, and nobody says anything. Why? Because if the head is shaky, the body won't stand.
Quite sad, because there's no transparency in this country. There's no accountability.
No accountability. That's right.
You that will do this, do that. That bros may likely turn you down. That uncle may, at the end of the day, be that person that won't want to see you grow. So, see, which of the sector of this country do you think we can trust? Our problem as a people didn't start today, but it became worse. There's a difference between worse and worse. It became worse when we discovered oil. Silver, who is under the wanted list of EFCC, it's juicy. This person wants to become this. This person is aspiring to take over this position. And at the end of the day, you ask yourself, in whose interests? Nigerians die on a daily basis. Nobody seems to care. We live in a country, nobody seems to care. We live in a country, I don't want to go back. Now, we live in a country where police, I order the IG or the DIG to lock you up, and at the end of the day, it's not making sense. So, in all of this, who then are you governing as a state governor? Mr. President, who then are you presiding as a country, so that the citizens can be happy, so that we can relax and say, yes, even if I want to travel, let me just travel out of the country and go relax, and not just Jackpa. This Jackpa syndrome didn't start today.
Exactly, exactly. By Evercare Hospital, I attended that conference for 2 days. Honestly, it actually took healthcare to the next level, and I wish people can key into everything that happened there. At that conference, there was this doctor who's based in Canada, and my daughter too was at that conference, and they got talking. Now this doctor happened to be my junior in school, and he was speaking with her and talking to her about the younger ones who have decided to relocate, and he was encouraging. I said, look, Nigeria is the best place to be, not because he's being selfish, but even he has started to come back home.
Yeah.
That he has one leg here and one leg out there. Why? Because somehow he's been able to find a comfort zone. So what am I trying to say? It is not as if those who japa really want to japa, because Nigeria is a country that is rich in human and natural resources. I mean, we have the extended family system here, where what concerns your brother, your sister concerns you, and you have a shoulder to lean on or to cry on, and all of that, which you rarely
I'm leaning on your shoulder now.
Like you can rarely have, outside this country. Everybody is on their own. Do you understand what I'm saying? So Nigeria is such a great country, but people are not able to survive anymore financially. They're not able to survive, so they have to look for a means of survival, and that's why they're jackpot. Now you sit down, as long as God, the air to breathe, and he doesn't seize the air to breathe, and he doesn't seize it, you don't have any right. What you need to do as a leader is ensure that the atmosphere, the environment is conducive for these people, such that they don't want to leave. But you're not making any. Doctors are being owed so much money and they're leaving. You say they shouldn't leave. You have absolutely no right, because you're not God. How everyone, even the people at the grassroots, would be catered for and trickle down. But all of that is not being done. Nigerians on the other side are so disloyal. You can't trust them, because even when you try to set up funds and things like that can assist them, they come and take these things and they run away with these monies. So it's a chicken and egg situation. You don't know. It's such a dicey situation. We need we need a complete overhauling.
Absolutely.
We need a complete overhauling, because the people for everything good, and you are not giving something good at all yourself. So we can criticize our leaders all we want. What have you done, to contribute to the growth of Nigeria? It's important we ask ourselves this question.
So I'll wrap up maybe perhaps this topic by saying this. Let's look at the political class. Still talking insecurity now, and the advice by Pastor Iya Debo and every religious leader needs to come on board. That's number one. Number two, the political class, the Tambuwas of this world, the Atiku Abubakars of this world, and I say it every day. Abdul Salam Abubakar is still living, well respected, and right before their eyes, all of these things are happening. Yes, you cannot teach a head of state run his administration, but you can provide solution and advice. That's why they call each time for council meeting, where ex-leaders come, share their opinion, advise, and provide probable solutions. Now, if the president is not listening, and I don't know what they even discuss in the first place, because it looks like what they discuss is not evident in what we see. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, I don't know if IBB attends. He doesn't attend that meeting. I don't know if IBB attends. He doesn't attend that meeting. Abdulsalam Abubakar, I can't remember the last time he attended. Now all of these heads are former Edgar. I can't remember the last time he attended. Now all of these heads are former heads of, whether you like him or not, at least to an extent, people around him within his own jurisdiction, the catch hold. You have the Fintiris of this world, the sitting governor of Adamawa State. How come the Northern Governors Forum have not drafted out measures? Bago told the people of Niger State that they should start securing themselves. That's to tell you that there's no security of lives and property. Citizens are protected. Tells his people, to take over security by themselves and secure their lives, then there's no hope. All the northern governors, I'm sorry, you have failed. All the northern leaders, you have failed. Political and religious leaders, I Stanley Polycarp will say this, you have all failed, because the insecurity is not, whether at least thank God someone in from the deputy speaker of one of the states in the north was abducted. Thank God he has been released. I know the premier person die. Chance in this country would pay the price, so we know that yes, it's not only affecting the common man alone, it's affecting the elite, the top, the political class, the religious leaders, as it were. So don't, like I said,
so,
all hands.
Stanley, can you just hold your thought there, because I don't want to forget this. You see, that's the part that hurts me the most, and it tells you that these people are so wicked. Because if you want to kidnap, you know the juicy people, you know the people that you can get this thing from, but you keep going for the people who really are just they
started infiltrating them. Remember last time it was Abubakar Malami's convoy that was attacked. Yes,
these things could be better channeled if they were not wicked people. It could be better channel. It's just that some people in Nigeria
and made this administration ungovernable. And not just administration, successive administration.
Yes, ungovernable. And these people are known. They are known. No, they are not unknown. They are known.
Hope Uzodinma gave us date and time. At the end of the day, Hope Uzodinma without hope told us.
Because he knows that if he mentioned, his own hope would have been gone.
He paid me say I go that state very soon. So make I not talk with go make without government no go.
His hope would have been gone.
But we must tell ourselves the truth.
We must tell ourselves the truth. Honestly,
we know
these
people. They live within and around us, and yet we can't look at them in the eyes and say what you guys are doing is wrong. It's not giving the countries a good image outside.
Even look, we don't even have to impress people outside. First of all, let's impress ourselves. Listen to me, Stanley.
Yeah.
If Nigerians were satisfied with the leadership or the style of leadership,
yeah,
if they were benefiting in one way or the other from style of leadership, if people from outside try to infiltrate and come in to our midst, Nigerians will gang up. Nigerians are very, yes, they will gang up and say, we don't want you, we are not asking for your help. But Nigeria is already divided. Some people say yes, they should come, others say no, don't come. But you see, those who are saying they should come,
they don't know,
they cannot see beyond their noses, in my opinion, because they are calling it, they're saying they're going to come here to help, but it's a war. And you see, you can only know how and when or where a war starts, but tell where it will end, how fast it will spread, who will be affected, how many innocent people will die. You don't even want to go there. You don't want. So you who's calling for America's intervention, I am really sorry for you. And my prayer is this: if America really has to intervene, that you will be the first set of people that will be taken out. That's my prayer. Because there are some innocent people who are looking for food to eat. There are some innocent people who are in the maternity homes giving birth to children. There are some new souls that are being born. All of those people will no longer be safe if America moves in. If you don't understand, you better try to. Because they say, how do they say, if you don't get it, forget about it. On that note, we round up this segment of the Bumper Breakfast Show. We'll take a break, and when we return, we'll be talking something different.
Good evening and welcome to the greatest show on earth. This is a people's game. They will be one for weeks and months to come. Let's go!
Stay connected. Stay with us, starting from Yanga and Jolly.
the only way to win this fight is for one of you to bring home a husband. Who do you think you are? Silver white, just like you.
Show me who will take over as Ozusi and Oyinsi of Ndiani when I journey to Eligwe.
Do you think that the path to greatness does not require great sacrifices? The price has changed.
Welcome to Niger Steppers Showdown.
We're competing for the Niger Steppers Showdown.
Gbogbo tí Abọ́bakú bá fẹ́ ní gbogbo olú gbọ́dọ̀ bá fẹ́.
Abọ́bakú gba ilẹ̀ bàbá yín.
Èmi ẹkùn nìkan pẹ́rán nìkan dájẹ́ èmi ọ̀tá bẹ̀rẹ̀ níjà. Èmi dẹ̀ ní ẹlẹ́sẹ̀ kejì òrìṣà.
Mgbe nsogbu adịrọ, oge elugo mgbe m agwa ndị a na m abụrụ egwu achị ụtaba n'aka were agba.
Sabon tauraron Arewa ya dawo. Mafi girma, mafi ƙarfi, kuma mafi ɗaukar hankali. Rabin makawan ATC. Sha'awa ce, tafiya ta ci gaba.
Welcome back. It's still the Bumper Breakfast Show on MITV. Well, it's time for us to take a peep as to the into the newspapers and look at the lucky stories that have made it into the papers this morning. I'll start with the Punch newspaper, and I'm going to start with the above the nameplate. Presidency eyes end pocket 14.7 trillion interest income. Over 100,000 policemen assigned to VIPs. Stanley, did you just hear that? I'll take it again just in case you didn't. Over 100,000 policemen. I thought that it was when
the IG retrieved all the.
So was Nigeria, I told you Nigeria is a stage. We are acting. We just keep acting. Then one scene will come and cover the next scene, and take away from the next scene and add scene and all of that. It's just, I don't know, are we jokers? So you see, when people like Trump see this joking, how can we be giving ourselves these figures? 100,000 policemen. You know what that means?
So, if country is 370, if I'm not mistaken. I'm talking about 370,000. Now you take out 100,000, we are left with 270. So how many are 100 million Nigerians? And do you know, ordinarily, a police officer should be attached to at least 2 or 3 police officers. I can't even remember the figure and how it is done now. But what I'm invariably saying is this: if 100,000 police officers guide the elite, you have the DSS also following. God have mercy. Lord have mercy upon this country. You still also have some people who still pay the services of DSS to guide them. You see, why then will the influential ones in this society not feel like they have every power to do whatever they feel like they can do? Now, there is a base. Is it in Zamfara or in Bauchi? I'll get that tomorrow, where we should at least have our police officers there on ground to ensure security within that region. That place is totally out of it. Now, you're giving the influential ones over close to 100,000 police personnel to guide and watch over them. Yet Nigerians sleep with just one eye closed. So that the elite will enjoy and the average Nigerian, the commoner, let me use that word now. I feel paid.
Masses.
No, commoner, because that's what we have been relegated to. The commoner out there can go to hell for whatever you care. Abba, Do you have conscience at all? And I don't blame them. I don't blame them. So, the judiciary system of this country is in a total mess. You can't trust. The law enforcers, they are all about their highest bidder. Who pays me more? So we are both seated on this set. If you just make a call, put a call across to one station and just send them, say, 100,000 naira, just go and deal with Stanley. They don't know if I've committed any offense. So they don't know if I've done you wrong. All they just know is Tom has given us.
They need to deal with Stanley.
Tom has given us. Tom is the president at this point in time. She has given. Now, the common Nigerian, who then would they trust? The judiciary system, show of shame. The law enforcers, the Nigerian police force, show of shame. Total. In fact, they are even the worst. I'm sorry to say this, but that's the truth. They are even the worst. You see them perpetrate all form of unreasonable things on the road. Jobs that are meant for road safety, LASMA, you find Nigerian police force doing it. Officers of the Nigerian police force doing it. Is it that they don't have their role of engagement?
I'm kind of a different opinion now.
Okay.
On this one.
Okay.
I think that the Nigerian police force have kind of, soft pedaled, because I don't really see them as often as I used to, and they don't constitute a nuisance as much as they used to. Because these days,
this is the reason why.
Yeah.
Because for every little thing they do, they are recorded, and the moment then they face the consequence. So the question is, have they learned their lessons? The answer is no.
No.
Will they ever learn? The answer is no.
Will they ever learn? I can't say the answer is no.
From all indication, tell me.
Stanley, that's harsh.
I'm sorry, but let's face reality.
I know what you're talking about.
You can't see. You talked about the Japa syndrome. Nigerian doctors are leaving. They are not leaving because they are happy leaving. They are leaving because the environment is no longer conducive for them to operate. Would you? Okay. Why did you get tired? Because the system will frustrate you.
Oh yeah, there's no doubt. The system
will frustrate you.
It's frustrating.
You can't walk into a police station and want to lodge a complaint, and they will not tell you, give me 100 naira for biro.
True.
You must pay for the ink that you want to use.
I know. It's even happening to a relative of mine. They took a case to him. This man took a case to the police and said, somebody is trying to siphon. He actually borrowed money from someone, and he's paid back that money, but that person is asking for something ridiculous, maybe doesn't have. So they now took the case. The man, the one who lent him the money, now took the case to the police. The police have now been siphoning money from this relative of mine. Meanwhile, if you take all his money, where do you want him to get money
to pay back?
He's even finished paying back. They're just taking undue advantage of him. So someone advised him and said, take this case to mediation. If you take it to the mediation people, then go and tell the police that these people have taken over the case and all of that. So I think that's the process. I think that's the process in which he is, because they will ask him for money for this, money for that. He became so shaky, so nervous, and he's such an innocent person. Just because he was in need and he loaned money from someone, that's it. You want to hold him by the jugular. Why? And so yes, I agree with you that sometimes our police force, they overstep their bounds. But something, we have some very, very prim and proper officers within the police force now, which didn't obtain in the past. When you see, but the PPR.
One of them is Frank Kumba.
Yeah, no, Frank Kumba from time. Has.
You see Frank Kumba.
He always said
Benjamin.
Yes.
He has moved to Abuja.
Oh, he has.
Benjamin has moved to Abuja. Has now become a commissioner. Benjamin is now the national PPR of the Nigerian Police Force.
So when you see officers like that, when you hear them speak, when you hear their presentation style, when you see them work, when one of the times he was on this program, we complained about the K2, the interchange.
Yeah.
That, men were there.
See,
men were there.
Two-Face said something that to be civilized, you have to be educated.
I'm telling you.
See, I'm not saying a BSc holder should join the Nigerian police force. And if you feel like you want to make that change, fine and good. But will the system allow you? That's number one. Number two is this. Recruited into the force. The level of orientation. Even if you like, let them open your head. Put all the orientation. You see the bad eggs in the system. But it's looking like the change is not even ready to come, and that's because even the personnel involved are not ready to welcome this change. You see, this little money, well, I call it little, to them it's billions, to them it's millions, thousands, trillions. They feel comfortable, and that's because even if you well remunerate the average Nigerian police officer, he or she, and I'm saying he or she, would still go about carrying out those unruly and unreasonable things they do on a daily basis. So first, you see, flush out all these whole bad eggs, bring in new ones. But even the ones at the top, I'm not even talking about the ones on the road. The ones at the top, that they see sometimes. If you hear stories of the Nigerian
well, in every sector, they say one bad apple spoils the whole.
Condemns the rest.
Yes, it spoils the whole bunch. So it depends on the others in the bunch. Are you determined? I say to myself, I could have been long spoiled. I could have been influenced if I allowed it. Do you understand? At the end of life's journey, you look inward and you say, may say so.
Yeah.
You know, in certain areas, but in certain areas, I may say, if there was an opportunity to live life again. Would I do certain things different? Yes, I would, you know. But am I able to, walk tall and hold my head up high? Yes, I am. I'm able to do that, without fear or without favor. All right, let's move on. The Punch newspaper, the Punch newspaper. Trump threats. Troops pound terror bases in key states.
I have a problem with this headline.
Okay.
I have a problem with this.
Let me read the rider. And assaults in Borno, Kwara, Katsina.
Killed in clash with Boko Haram. This headline cannot get me. I honestly speaking. You know why?
Let us see these things. We want to see.
It's very simple.
It is evidence.
It's coming on the back of the threat.
Trump's threats.
Don't give us all these false figures. Stanley Polikau, I am saying it live on TV.
It can't even work.
It doesn't work that way.
It can't work.
Soldiers are being killed on a daily basis. The Nigerian police officers are being killed on a daily basis, and yet you are telling us that 200. Well, how do you even arrive at the figure?
Well, Stanley, the thing is that if you can get into the newspaper, this is the old media. If you can get into the newspapers, it's not social media. You can get into newspapers. You can get into television.
Very simple.
I mean, it's old media. You want to deal with the old media. Don't take out the newspapers because it's what you tell them. Take them to the site and show them, assure them that they will be secure, and take them to go and cover. Don't come and give us figures and
No, I don't know about who or anybody.
You're not deceiving us.
You see this figure? Forget it. 200 ISWAP fighters killed in clash.
You come on now. I beg, leave that thing. Leave that thing.
Joke for this country.
Honestly, you are jokers. All right, still on the Punch newspaper. Tinubu pushes Siemens deal for fresh 4,000 megawatts power. Well, it's a good thing. We can't say it's a bad thing. It's a good thing, but when you're seeking for investors and seeking for the economic growth, you also have to make sure that the people are secure without a threat. Now,
development and economic growth starts from Lagos, Port Harcourt. Of course, Lagos would always be in the front line. Lagos, Port Harcourt. Is it that in Kano they cannot develop the?
I don't understand.
Because if the environment is safe, conducive for business to thrive and grow, it will grow the economy of Kano State, and by so it will affect this. Nasarawa is a state that has so much mine. Now you have Nasarawa, you have Zamfara. Gold is in Zamfara, There's mining in Nasarawa. Oh, Lord have mercy. We have so much mineral.
They are just too rich.
Bring all these people, take them there. Lagos is not the only place where you can invest and make.
They themselves, they are not safe. What are you talking about? They are not safe.
Oh, how do you think we can grow our economy? We just one region.
Stanley, forget that thing. Forget that thing. Okay, let me continue with the Punch's paper. Yeah. Gaming bill. Lagos sues National Assembly for contempt. Motorists start stranded as. Why are you laughing? That's not an issue.
I don't understand.
I'm not wanting to debate or discuss it. It's because all these things are just jokes. You know, you have to bear. You have to bear with them. You know, because when it eventually is concluded, you will enjoy. You know, development. You know, is a continuous thing, and that's the change that we've been clamoring for. So we can't say we want a change and we still want the old rules. But the one thing that's meant in doing this, making this change, should ensure that the citizens themselves, you know, are not inconvenienced. You know, there are ways and there are ways. Because I cast my mind back to when they were doing the burger road, you know, and that took like how many years? And they said it was going to take a couple of months. It took so many years. Lagos Ibadan Expressway, that repair was just like was never going to be concluded.
Inconclusive.
You know,
like election.
That's the word I was going to use. But you know, so you look at it and you see the difficulty and the hardship that people have to go through. That's not good. So why don't you do it at times when you know it is convenient and in a way that people can still pass and go about their daily duties without going too much stress. They will go through stress. I'm not saying they won't go through stress.
Not the ones that would have
not
choked
the
them.
kind that would. I remember when my daughter was getting married, we had to leave our house to come to a town, so to speak, just so that we could be able to make our wedding the next day. And even that took us 9 hours.
Can you imagine?
Just from Magboro here to Ikeja. Took us 9 hours. So my brother, who decided to come on the day of the wedding, he left home at 3 a.m. and he got to the wedding in the afternoon. So I mean, those kind of things really don't make sense, and people will complain. Newspaper, PDP convention, Wike block petition, NJC. NJC.
I don't know. Wike must first understand that this is the same party that made him who he is. One of the longest who he is. One of the longest serving party member called and disarray in the party. Please focus on your appointment. The PDP cannot give you any slot to contest again. Wike cannot contest again. Wike cannot contest under the APC because there is a template. You can't just come and jump in. So Wike need to understand that biting the finger. Yeah, I understand that he fought the right case. He fought for the right reasons. But then he's taking this too far. He's biting more than he can chew. Allow these things run. Allow these things run. In this country that we had NPDP. In this country we had NPDP. And what's the name now? The late one of the man from Delta State, I've forgotten his name, he's late now. Sorry, Edo State. Had to unite the party. They brought all of them together. Also Raymond Dokwesi, the late Raymond Dokwesi, and the big wigs in the PDP, they reunited the party just to ensure that they claim and reclaim power. But it's not working. Now, I would even advise him to either step aside, resign from a position as a member of the PDP, then focus on your job as the minister of the FCT, and let's allow peace reign. You're causing discord. This will not happen. That will not happen. Allow peace reign. You're causing discord. This will not happen. That will not happen. In whose interest? Are you fighting for your interest? The interest of the party, the same party that you work together to build, and you, the same person, you are destroying the party.
Well, Stanley, well done, because I was not even going to discuss that topic at all. I don't want to waste my time on Wike. Wike has become,
something else.
He's become a stumbling block in every. He's a clog in the wheel of progress, as far as I'm concerned. In every area, he doesn't know how to, do things in moderation. He overdoes his things, and Wike thinks that the buck must stop on his table. Wike, you need to understand, with all due respect, Minister, Honorable Times, you need to make things honorable, because they refer to you as an honorable minister. You have to look at that, the depth of that word, honorable, and portray yourself to be one, to be an honorable person. You don't strike me as somebody who's honorable enough to earn that title, because an honorable person does things honorably and in moderation. You don't. You need to learn the ropes. Okay, so let's look at the nation.
Okay, the banner headline here says airstrike kills terrorist in Borno. That's the Nation newspaper. Pound hideout in Katsina and Kwara. Okay. Troop launch blistering attack. 200 ISWAP fighters killed in clash with Boko Haram. So Boko Haram and ISWAP now fighting. Okay. Above the nameplate, Silva wanted by EFCC over $14.8 million fraud. Remember, this same man was fingered to be the major sponsor of the coup, or the alleged coup. I think that simply put, ex-minister, it's winch. All of a sudden, this man is being wanted by the EFCC because he was fingered to be one of the major keys. Had fair to 7.6 million naira. Lottery, Lagos to 7.6 million naira. Lottery, Lagos sues National of the Nation newspaper. There's this one that says Okpebolo revokes museum's CFO, takes EU envoys to monarch. You find that on page 6 of the Nation newspaper. And other stories here says PDP faction asked NJC to sanction Ibadan George. Okay, as the Wike faction. Court to hear case on convention tomorrow. I want to sing 2.3 billion euro power project. Project VC object to ex-minister Nnaji's certificate forgery suit. That's on page 4. Clear himself. So those
Can
are
you
all.
just take the Soyinka story, the Soyinka headline?
Yeah, okay, I'll just run through to page 3, and here it says, once again the headline, Nobel laureate Professor Wole Soyinka has faulted recent remarks by United States President Donald Trump, who classified Nigeria as a country of particular concerns over alleged persecution of Christians. He warned that such sweeping statements distorts reality. Earlier this month threatened possible military action against Nigeria over alleged killings of Christians by radical Islamists. In an interview with Democracy Now, Soyinka said the country's crisis should not be mistaken for a war between Christians and Muslims, but rather seen as a struggle against extremist economic gain.
And he understands the use
of language.
Of the language.
He said, quoting him now, he says, we must separate Nigeria's problems from President Trump's recent response. The Christian Islam, or Islam versus the rest dichotomy. I love this. Or the Islam versus the rest dichotomy has existed for decades. It became truly horrendous when politics got mixed up. I agree. He accused successive leaders of exploiting religion for power and failing to hold extremists accountable, which allowed impunity. So I think I'll put a pause here.
Yeah.
The major point line for me, and I totally concur. Like Timaya, I concur with you, Professor Wole Soyinka. And the earlier Mr. President he knows all of these things. He knows all of these things. Precisely. Mr. President, please tackle it one step at the time. He also highlighted Northern Group reject narrative. Okay, that's what that on a CNG. But then I think he just named religion, and it's affecting us as a people. It's affecting our unity as a people. The peaceful coexistence that once existed between the Muslims and the Christians is beginning to divide us. And the moment it succeeds completely, over to you.
Okay, I look at the Guardian newspaper and it says Nest Oil to appoint forensic auditors to verify loan claims and bank statements. That's the above the nameplate of the guard to airports. And says operations across Nigeria airports have remained hampered by outdated infrastructure and sub-industry standards. On average, about 20 foreign airlines lift roughly the pipelines could remove up to 100 trucks delay from Lagos roads, reducing traffic congestion, accidents, and fuel logistic costs. These are things we know. I mean, it's not strange. These are things we know. We keep doing the same thing and expecting different results. That's not going to happen. We see these things happen on a daily basis. Is supplies? Can't we do that? Is somebody just not thinking? And yet we have people in offices, they get paid salaries at the end of the month. Well, it's a intervention and payment of protesting contractors. Intervention and payment of protesting contractors. Again, court adjourns suit on PDP convention. EFCC declares ex-governor Silva wanted for alleged fraud. WHO declares 24 million living with diabetes in Africa. 2027, 70 CSOs demand enforcement of laws to. And finally, from the Guardian newspaper, federal government urges calm as Soyinka northern groups reject Trump's genocide. Calm as Soyinka northern groups reject Trump's genocide claims. Well, that's it from the Guardian newspaper this morning. Is there anything worthy of discussion? WHO declares 24 million living with diabetes in Africa. I did, I went on a 1 week training to help to understand diabetes and for one's later years to see how one can help one's partner or oneself if things like this come up. And it's so interesting how all of a sudden, ailments that never existed now exist and are thriving. And we are so health conscious these days. Everybody is going to Wikipedia. Everybody's checking up what's good and not what on the increase. You want to ask yourself, is most of these things, are they self-inflicted, or is it a function of the system that we run, the economy that we run? I know that recently NAFDAC declared certain things, very poisonous and harmful and unhealthy for consumption. Like it's a viral spread infection. What's going on? And how do we curb these things? Is the government really interested in helping people out of this situation? I don't know.
So it's very simple. First things first, the government must invest in the health sector. That's most important. Do you know we don't have equipment to carry out some tests in this country? For example, do you know we don't do autopsy tests in this country?
Autopsy?
Yeah.
No, we do autopsy.
But a friend of mine confirmed it.
No, we do autopsy.
That of Mobad was done in South Africa and was brought into the country.
Well, we used to do autopsy. I don't know when we stopped doing autopsy.
Now, that's number one. Number two, these are ailments that takes life, or lives as it were. Cancer, diabetes, these are ailments we shouldn't joke with. But then, how do we tackle and address all of this when doctors are not well remunerated? They are not well catered for. The welfare of the doctors is not even something you want to talk about. Now, if our health sector is fixed and make it affordable, that's the most important thing. Make it affordable, where an average Nigerian can access good health facility, and he or she is well taken care of. Now, because it's only when the government neglects its responsibility, that's when the doctors take advantage of. So it's a case of you don't play your own part. I cannot do your job for you. You understand? You can't give what you don't have. That's just the honest truth. So in all of this, first, the government must be sensitive to the plight of the people. They must be intentional. They must put things in place. They must ensure that the life... See, one of the insurance of an average Nigerian starts from the government. It's not just this insurance. No. You must ensure that the life of the people you are governing is well taken care of. Every other thing will follow. Once you have good health, so you can do anything. All of this. First, like I said, government, please ensure that all our facilities are well equipped. Make all these treatments or medications, as it were, affordable. Because so that the average Nigerian who is battling XYZ ailment can access the facility, get treated, and he or she pays without paying through his or her nose.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's not rocket science, and like I said, other senior clients don't go through this rigorous stress before they access good health facilities. It's as simple as that. Though.
I agree with you, and well, when we say by sitting here, we're only contributing. We only hope that the right people are listening, are watching.
Sure.
And when I say the right people, it doesn't have to be President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. It may just be his cook or his driver who would now escalate, because this is the best we can do. We can prefer solutions. We can dissect these issues. We can look at them thoroughly and analyze, come up with suggestions, advices and all of that. But really, it's on the table, up for grabs, hoping that others don't see, and the people around them don't let them see, and they themselves are not taking that extra effort of making the extra effort to know what's going on. So when things like this, opportunities like this come up, we hope that they're seeing and that they will do something about it. Yeah,
I pray.
We really hope so. All right. Just before we round up, again, looking at this Soyinka and Trump. Remember that quite recently, the United States of America, took away Soyinka's visa for absolutely no reason.
Oh, some person said there was a reason why it took because.
What was the reason?
Now we are on this table, and I said the Americans are not daft that they won't tell Professor Wole Soyinka his offense. They made it public, but they didn't make it. It wasn't in detail why his visa was revoked, and that looks political to me. It sounded political. Now, trust Wole Soyinka now. Baba Golagidi, he won't do this, he won't do that. What led to his visa? He has alleged different things, cited different reasons why perhaps his visa was revoked. But
no, from what I read, what he said, that he never flouted any of the laws.
That's what I'm saying.
So those are not reasons why they should be revoked. He was just looking. He's saying.
No,
he's saying, in other words, that there's really no reason.
No, he cited one. I think was it in 2016, if I'm not mistaken, if my instinct still serves me right, where he criticized the current administration that was there before, the Trump administration. So he was always a strong critic of President Donald Trump. But that's just too cheap. That's just too cheap.
Well, Stanley, I'm not going to answer you on that. But you see, anything can happen. when somebody is not predictable, he's not predictable. You can't say he will or he won't. You can, or he did not. You know, if you know what I'm talking about. So I'm not going to sit down here and stick my neck out and say no, someone won't or someone will. Do you understand? Whatever the crux of the matter is, you know, is probably known to the people who have revoked the visa.
Yeah.
And I don't think it really speaks well of one who wants to play the big brother. And when I say one, I'm not talking about an individual, I'm talking about the country. And this is a country that has played big brother to many countries.
Sure.
Countries have looked up to the United States of America. People have looked up to the United States of America, and so on and so forth. So I don't think it's really a good way, you know, to go about these things. If you are revoking somebody like Wole Soyinka's visa, Wole Soyinka is, what can I call Wole Soyinka? Wole Soyinka is by any standard a leader. You know, right? Because you're not setting standards. You can't be asking people to set standards either. That's the truth of the matter. Wole Soyinka to us is somebody that we look up to. If you don't look up to him and you can just revoke his visa like that without saying anything, I want to tell you something. We here, we look up to him so much. And we, as journalists, would like to know why his visa was revoked. So we demand an explanation this morning on the Bumper Breakfast Show. On that note, we'd like to round up this morning on the Tuesday morning edition of the Bumper Breakfast Show. I learned from Stanley, you know, when he talks. I learned a lot.
We share ideas. We share ideas.
I would not. We share ideas. I will not leave without saying thank you to you, Stanley.
Thank you so very much.
You know, because sometimes when you're talking, I'm picking one or two things, and I'm saying, okay, yeah, this makes a lot of sense. So thank you, for always being there.
Thank you so very much,
morning. All right, time for us to say our goodbyes.
Yeah, thank you so much. Please ensure you join us again tomorrow. I hope we did.
Wednesday edition, you have Barrister Pink, you have Rio on. Please, join us tomorrow on the Bumper Breakfast Show. My name is Tonga Adewale. It's been a pleasure being on the show this morning. I will be here again on Thursday morning, so you can join me then. Until then, have